Hey everybody, I'm Angelique Sorrell and welcome to my channel where I give DIY design tutorials and creative marketing tips for creative businesses, brands, and entrepreneurs. And I'm back with another video for you guys because this month's main topic is branding on a budget for your business. And I want to discuss what a brand style guide is and how to create one for your brand. So if you're ready to keep learning my personal tips and tricks, keep watching and let's get into this video. So what is a brand style guide and what exactly do you use it for? So a brand style guide, or a brand guide for short, is a document that includes all of the rules on what makes your brand what it is. And in this document, you'll keep all of your brand information organized, and you'll also keep it to send to a marketing manager or a social media manager, or even if you decide to hire a designer later on. So how do you go about creating one for your business? You'll start by gathering information about your brand, including your brand story, which includes all of the information of why your brand even exists or why your audience should buy from you. Also, your brand voice, which defines the tone and verbiage that you use with your audience when you speak to them via sales call or an email or even through social media posts. This is also where you'll define your logo guidelines, which would include when to use certain logo variations over others and also what you shouldn't and shouldn't do with your logos. Next, you would include your brand color palette and font guidelines, which would include both colors for the web and print, and also which fonts are used by your brand and when and where they should be used. Also, you should include your image guidelines, which would include all imagery related to your business or brand, but also when and where they should be used. So for example, if you have stock photography, when should your stock photos be used and when they shouldn't be used. You should also include other things related to your brand, including packaging guidelines, social media guidelines, your blog posts, layouts, anything that's related to your brand that you consistently use so you don't have to repeat yourself to a marketing manager or a social media manager. They'll be able to have this guide to go off of. And I'll leave a worksheet below for you guys to be able to fill out this information for your brand. But next, I kind of want to go into how you go about designing a brand guide for your business. And I'm sure you're wondering if a designer is required for this next part. No, you don't have to hire a designer to design your brand guide, but the biggest advantage with hiring a designer is that you'll be able to just focus on the information that goes into the brand guide rather than having to worry about how it looks for when you present it to others. So if you are a DIYer or if you are just now starting to launch your business, then I wouldn't necessarily worry about the design aspects of a brand guide because you can always hire a designer later. But what's the most important about this guide is that it keeps all of your information together. So when you do decide to hire a designer later, or if you decide to hire on a marketing manager or social media manager, then you'll have all of this information together. And even if it's not necessarily aesthetically pleasing, the words and the information that you put into this guide are going to be a lot more important than how it looks, if that makes any sense. So what I would do is I would start off with the worksheet that I provided below and just fill out the information. So what is your brand story? What is your brand voice? And just go through that information and try to fill it out the best that you can. And then I would just simply add images like your logo. I would add your color palette information and things like that. But I wouldn't necessarily worry about how it looks aesthetically because again, we can always change that later, or you can hire a designer later. So now that you know how to create a brand guide, where exactly should you keep it? And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter if you're using Canva for your brand guide, if you do decide to design one yourself, or even if you decide to just have it with the words in a document. What you should do is you should absolutely export it as a PDF. That way all the pages are together. You don't have to dig through your Google Docs information or through your Canva templates and see where it is. It'll be organized. And also don't forget to save it with your brand's name as well as brand guide in the save. Like whenever you save it, just make sure that you put both your brand or your business's name and then underscore brand guide. So that way it's easily searchable through all of your documents. And if you decide to send it to someone else later on, then they'll also be able to search it up via your brand's name and the fact that it is a brand guide. Okay, so that's pretty much it, you guys. Please remember that the information that you put into this brand guide is a lot more important than how the information looks altogether. You can always hire a designer later on to spruce it up a little bit, but I really hope that this was helpful for you all. Please don't forget to download the worksheet below to be able to create your own brand guide. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below what you'd like to see me do next. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.